Hello, good morning, students. I am Chinmay Hegde. This is the subject Karnataka economy, and today's topic is the state income of Karnataka. Here, the state income is one of the very important parameter to measuring economic growth in the state as well as in our country. And Karnataka state income is measured as same as at the national level. It is also different types of measurements, and the state Karnataka state income. This chapter analyzes Karnataka's economic growth in terms of changes in aggregate and per capita state income, including analysis of district income estimates along with related inter-district variations. And the state income is measured as GSDP, gross state domestic product. In case of national level, it will be called as GDP, gross domestic product. And here is aggregates are defined as gross values or net values. Here the net value and gross value, the difference between these two factors, these two variables are only the depreciation charges, depreciation allowance. And also the state income measured in two different values. They are current year value and also base year values, current year price and base year price. Here base year price is known as constant price. Here base year or constant price, constant year, the recent base year is 2011. 2011 is current base year price, and our previous base year was 2004. At present 2011 is the base year, and 2011 prices are considered as constant prices. Therefore we analyze the state income and their values or prices in two different parameters. At current price that indicates with the recent price, the recent data which 2017 and 18, and constant price measured with 2011 prices. And the first one topic is gross state domestic product, GSDP. It is the most important indicator in measuring economic growth of state. It gives an overall picture of the state economy. And the meaning, the state domestic product is defined as the aggregate of the economic value of all goods and services produced within the geographical boundaries of a state. It is counted without duplication for a specified period of time by convention of a financial year. In this meaning or definition, we consider or we select different specific points like aggregates of all economic values of all goods and services. Here GSDP measures the monetary value of goods and services. Monetary value of goods and services, that goods and services produced within the geographical boundary of the state. Here GSDP indicate that gross state domestic product, that domestic word domestic defines that within the geographical boundary of a state, and counted without duplication, that indicates that counted without duplication indicate that these all goods and services counted only for one time. There is no double counting in the national or state income measurement, say counted without duplication for a specified period of time, which means a financial year, 1 year time period, during a one financial year time period. That is the meaning of GSDP. And the values of GSDP, the Karnataka state has released the GSDP estimates for the year 2017 and 18. So it is advanced estimate. In accordance to the estimates, the GSDP is estimated to be rupees 12,68,881 crores, and it is anticipated to grow at 12.1% at current prices. Say these data's estimates are measured in current prices that indicates at the prices in the year 2017 and 18. In that year, the GSDP total volume of our GSDP was 12 lakh 68,881 crore rupees, and it is increased at 12%, 12.1% per annum. And this data is measured in terms of constant prices. At the constant price 2011 and 12, that prices are constant prices. At this constant price, GSDP is 9,49,111 crore rupees, and its growth rate was 8.5% per annum. 8.5% in that year, that was the growth rate. Here the point is that the current year value, current prices are more than the constant prices. Normally current prices are the measurements in that year. It is the new year, and the constant prices are the previous, any old year, the recent previous year. Normally previous year prices are naturally lower price than the current values, lower than the present values. So therefore the GSDP at current prices are more than the GSDP at constant prices. Here the real picture of that GSDP defined with the constant prices. Therefore our state income growth rate is considered as 8.5%. That is the GSDP growth rate. It is the actual growth rate of GSDP. And the composition or comparison of GSDP and GDP in between state and national level. Here in the year 2017 and 18, the GSDP of Karnataka is anticipated to grow at 8.5%. So that is the actual growth rate of our state income, 8.5%, whereas the GDP at national level, that GDP measured in terms of national level, that was 6.5% at constant prices. Here both values are measured at constant price 2011 and 12 prices. Our state income increased at 8.5% and national level 6.5%. So we are in the better position, our state is in better position. The share of Karnataka's GSDP in all India GDP, so it is naturally our state income is a part of national income. So in that sense, our state income which provides, which produces 7.6% in our total state income, total national income. Say that was the 7.6% during 2017 and 18. And for the next one analysis is the sectoral growth rate, different sectoral growth rates in between three sectors. They are agriculture, industry and service sector. They are at the national level. It is anticipated at 2.1%, 4.4% and 8.3% respectively in GDP. It indicates that agriculture sector grows at 2.1%, industrial sector at 4.4%, and service sector grows at 8.3% in our national level GDP. These data are for the national level measurement, and in case of at the same measurements for a state level defined as the sectoral growth rates in 2017 and 18, they are measured at constant prices. Here normally these sectoral growth rates or sectoral analysis are measured in terms of gross value added. This is the new analysis, new measurement for a national income accounting. As per the state income accounting, we says that GSVA, gross state value added, gross state value added, and their growth rate of agriculture and allied sector has 4.9%. See, this is the state agriculture sector growth rate 4.9%, and in case of previous national level growth rate 2.1% agricultural growth rate, and the state level 4.9. It is the our state has double growth rate, and that agriculture sector primary sector include crops, all the crops, livestock, forestry, and logging and fishing. So these are the major activities in agriculture and allied activities. And the second one point is the industrial sector, their growth rate is 4.9%. 4.9%, and it was at the national level 4.4%. In the secondary sector, state level and national level both are almost similar trend, which includes mining and quarrying, manufacturing, construction, and electricity, gas and water supply. So these are the different activities included in industrial activities, industrial sector. And for the next one point, the service sector, which is the major contributor in GSDP as well as GDP. In terms of GSVA growth rate, it has 10.4% growth rate. 10.4%. Our state service sector growth rate, state service sector growth rate is 10.4%. In terms of national level, it was 8.3%. 8.3% at national level. At the state level, it is 10.4%, which includes public administration, real estate, professional service, and ownership of dwellings, trade and repair service, and other services. Very important includes education, health, and other services. These are the major services included in service sector. Like some others are banking, tourism. Some other services are also important, which contribute major contribution in the service sector share. And the next one topic is the different sectoral composition in total volume of our GSDP. Total volume of our GSDP. Among the total volume of our GSDP, the major contributor is service sector, which produces 66, more than 66% production. 66 is the share from service sector to our GSDP. And the second highest is industrial sector, which produces 22% in our total GSDP. And least one is the agriculture and allied activities. It produces 11.10%. So it is the least producer in among the three sectors. The next one topic is per capita income. Per capita state income. Here normally per capita income is measured with reference to our net state income, net state domestic income. So therefore per capita income is estimated by dividing NSDP, net state domestic product, at current prices with mid financial year projected population. So that indicates that state income is divided by number of population. Here per capita state income of Karnataka at current prices is estimated to increase by 10.9%, almost 11% increment in per capita income, and the total value of per capita income is 1,74,551 rupees. 1,74,551 rupees. It is the per capita income at the year 2017 and 18. At all India level, all India per capita income for the same year is 1,11,782 rupees. It is the per capita income. Our state per capita income is more than the national level. And the last one point is district level income analysis. Here, Bangalore urban district is first in total district income as well as per capita district income. For the year, this analysis was at the year 2015 and 16. Here, Bangalore urban is first in case of their total income, district income, as well as per capita income. Here, Bangalore, after that, Bangalore urban, the second highest is Dakshin Kannada, and third highest is Belagavi. And their share is Bangalore urban, which produces 35%, 35.9, which is almost 36% in our total state income. Only Bangalore urban produces 35% in our state income, and followed by Dakshin Kannada district 5.8%, nearest to 6%, and Belagavi district produce, which is the third highest, 4.49, 4.5%. And at the constant prices, in terms of all over per capita income, Bangalore urban is the first, and another one, the district income measured with reference to their agriculture or primary sector activities, Belagavi district stood at first rank. It is the highest in 2015 and 16 due to higher contribution in agricultural activities, agricultural production. Here, Bangalore urban district tops in secondary and tertiary sector due to high concentration of major industries and infrastructure facilities. So these are all topics, issues are very small topics which defines about state income and their different parameters and their analysis. Okay, thank you.